Hi again. So I am back in Playa Las Americas on Tenerife Island in the Canary Islands. So far still my favourite place in all of the Canary Islands, and with a lovely daytime temperature of around 26 degrees, it's the perfect place to be in January while the rest of Europe freezes. Now I'm going to be moving around Tenerife while I'm here, going to different places on the island. So if you want to keep up with my excursions while I'm here, then make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next place that I'll be. I love Tenerife in general. It's not just Playa Las Americas. I just think it's an amazing island to visit, especially in the winter. And if, like me, you're flying from the UK, flights are actually pretty cheap, usually about £150 return, sometimes even cheaper if you book in advance. However, the accommodation prices have increased a bit. In fact, if you're coming to the south of the island where it's warmest, I think you'd be quite lucky to find anything below £50 per night. But if you book in advance, like the flight, you can get some pretty decent deals. However, because I'm in Playa Las Americas with family, we all chipped in to get a fancy hotel for the few days that we're here. This is the place I'm staying. It's called the Gran Oasis. It certainly wasn't cheap at around £200 per night, but it's not so bad when you spread the costs over several people. As you can see, this place has some great swimming pools and entertainment, and with it being a 4-star hotel room, the views are nice too. I'll be doing a more in-depth video on the Gran Oasis Hotel, so if you want to check that out, it'll be the next video after this one. Right, so here's the thing about Playa Las Americas. It's got a bit of a bad reputation because of the boozy Brits that come here. And it's not just lager louts. And personally, I feel like there's a magic to Playa Las Americas. Yeah, you might see the odd drunken Brit, but it's kind of got layers to it. It's a bit like a lasagna, but instead of cheese and beef, you've got sun and sangria. Right, let's talk about the must-see spots. Siam Park is the place to be if you want a water park. It's practically a masterpiece. The lazy rivers and the chance to scream like a child for a whole afternoon without shame. If you're looking for something a bit more serene, like a bit of a walk back in time, then I would recommend that you go to Los Cristianos, the sister resort right next to Playa Las Americas. I was there last winter, so I'll leave a link in the description for that video. It's a bit more chilled, less party, more village vibe, where you can have a slow walk along the promenade and have a coffee overlooking the sea. Now, if you're a proper culture vulture, I would take a trip to the Teide National Park. You don't have to walk near the top of the volcano like I was here. There's lots of different areas you can take a short hike that aren't going to put too much strain on the old knees. Then there's food. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you know I'm about as frugal as it gets. But if you are someone that is loving the tapas and you're going to be going out, there's tons of restaurants to choose from, so something for everybody. And no trip to Playa Las Americas is complete without drinking a glass of Cava. It's the local sparkling wine. I was actually lucky enough to win a bottle at the pool at the hotel, and it does taste great. But look, if you are doing Tenerife on a budget and you want to keep your costs down, then it can be difficult because it's a bit like a carnival of temptation. So what I would do is I'd definitely advise going to restaurants away from the beach and the more populated areas. As for the beers, I'd recommend one called Dorada. It's what the locals drink. It's crisp and it'll keep your spirits high. Now remember, this is Spain where nothing is really rushed. So relax, take your time, and remember, a lot of places will be closed at 3 in the afternoon while everyone has a nap. Now, a quick tip about the language. You don't obviously need to learn the language, but it's always good to learn a little bit, a few words like gracias for thank you and hola for hello. And finally, if you want to get around the island, obviously renting a car is the best option, but there are public buses that go pretty much everywhere on the island. They're very frequent and they're good value. So there you have it, Playa Las Americas. It's a bit of madness, a bit of relaxation, and a lot of good memories will be made here. I highly recommend it. Definitely leave a comment if you've been here and you enjoyed it too, and I'll see you in that next video. Ciao.